Increasingly, we see a two-track pandemic. Many countries still face an extremely dangerous situation, while some of those with the highest vaccination rates are starting to talk about ending restrictions.
The WHO's Director General is renewing his call for coronavirus vaccine donations from high-income countries. He's pointing to glaring inequalities that threaten all nations. He adds that low-income countries have administered just 0.4% of the world's doses.
I'm calling on the G7 not just to commit to sharing doses, but to commit to sharing them in June and July.
That request coming ahead of the G7 meeting just days from now in the UK that Canada is taking part in. Now, as we begin another week in the pandemic, some positive news out of a global hotspot. India's two largest cities began a partial reopening Monday after almost 2 months of lockdown. Mask wearing and physical distancing are still requested, though, as some businesses and public transportation in New Delhi and Mumbai open up, now that infections are on a steady decline. It feels good, says this shopkeeper. We were in our houses for a long time. India was devastated by a second wave. The official total case count is nearing 29 million. And deaths are close to 350,000. But the true figures are believed to be several times higher. Some health experts fear the restrictions are being lifted too soon. To the UK, where the Delta variant, the one first identified in India, is fueling a jump in infections and may delay plans to lift remaining restrictions on June 21st. Britain's health secretary says the Delta variant is 40% more transmissible compared to the country's existing strains. The UK recently recording its biggest spike in new cases since March. And Australia's Victoria State on Monday confirming 11 new local cases, its biggest rise in nearly a week, as authorities scramble to track the source of the highly infectious Delta variant.
We consider all options. It's fair to say we've got 300 exposure sites across metropolitan Melbourne. We've still seen some mystery cases, some cases where we don't know where they've acquired it.
Melbourne residents are waiting to hear if an extended snap lockdown will end as planned on Thursday. Melissa Duggan, City News.